Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift, episode 143. We have two really fantastic guests on today. I'm super pumped. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments right here. Let's have some fun. We're waiting for Big Dave to hop on, and we're going to get this party started. Dr. Dain and Dariush, we're going to bring you on in less than five. Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's drop a big audacious goal in the comments that we're super pumped about. Something that we're looking forward to. As we wait for Big Dave to hop on. There he is. Me and Dave had an interesting conversation this week. There he is.
What's up, chicken butt?
I miss you.
Everybody misses what they can't have.
I love you. I know we had a tough conversation this week, but it's great to see you.
I didn't think it was tough for me. I'm sure it was tough for you, though.
I know, but I'm sure not.
What's so interesting is my favorite people have the same issue I have. And most time you don't like people that are like you. I actually have the exact thing in my life, which makes it even more difficult because I love the people most like me. And I'm toughest on those people because I don't want them to have the challenges that I have. And, ego is not my amigo. And three of my favorite people I work with, and one of them just logged in actually in the comments. His name is Justin Pugh. Plays football for the New York. Used to play football. No, the other Justin Pugh. Ego's not your amigo, my friend. And it's like, I know it's going to hurt your feelings, but I'm going to tell you the truth because you have such a big community and so many people who love you. I'm going to tell you what I see and what I feel. And you can disagree with me, but I love you. I don't spank those people that I don't love.
I know.
I mean emotionally spank. I'm not hitting anyone. I got all kinds of shit for doing an interview with somebody that spanked someone one time. So
I know what you
which
said.
I didn't know about.
Yeah, and I know what you said to be true, and I love you, and I received that, and we'll talk after and so forth. We have really awesome two guests on today that I feel you're personally going to love. Before we bring them on, quick question. I know you and I have been studying the Course in Miracles a little bit as of late, but there's one other cat that I've been really into as well that I got from you, and that's Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things that he talks about, and it's something I read this week, is that in regards to our soul, it absolutely craves expansion. And in fact, when we try to contain it or contract it, it resents that and it becomes miserable. What is your position and thoughts on that concept as well?
Yeah, well, the soul is just like the universe, right? Everything's an infinite, abundant, unified system that works to do three things. It aggregates on itself. And I learned this from Dr. Wayne Dyer that led me to the Course in Miracles, that led me to study applied mathematics and theoretical physics through Einstein. But these are the three core things, man. Things are going to attract, things are going to accelerate, and things are going to expand exponentially. So if your soul or your upper soul is aligned with and part and parcel to in a unified, abundant, infinite system, then of course your soul is going to resist constriction or contraction and control, because all that is, it's why forgiveness is so important. As you get deeper into the course, you'll find the ultimate overlying messaging is that if you want to be one, then you need to work on your capability of forgiveness, because all that you forgive becomes one with you. All that you forgive, it will not be one with you unless you forgive. And so all the attacks, all the judgments, conditions, the constructive criticisms, all the insecurities, the fears, the doubts, the ego, you need to forgive it, or else you're not going to be one with it. And so those things that are frustrating you or making you worried or anxious, guilty, resentful, go ahead and forgive it, and you'll be one with it, and you'll be more at ease with it. You'll be aligned with the expansion and the exponentiality of the outcomes that come with that expansion.
Yeah, beautifully said. I like to expand you.
Oh yeah. Hey, is it really 143? I thought we were like on 147. Did I miscount?
Maybe 143. We're gonna bring on our first guest, Dr. Dain, right now. I could not be more pumped. We're gonna get nuts.
Dr. Dain, the double D.
That's right. Where were you last night? I saw some cool pictures with like a boat background.
Oh yeah, we were at the Newport Beach boat parade for the holidays. So
gentlemen, happy holidays. How you doing?
Happy holidays.
Coming on hot. How you doing?
Hey, I am phenomenal. How about you guys?
We're doing
awesome.
We're so excited to have you. Where are you?
Where are you, Dr. D? Where are you?
I'm actually at a resort that I'd been part of creating here in Costa Rica. It's called El Lugar. And
that means the place, right?
Exactly. A friend of mine wrote a book called The Place that describes this place where everything shows up miraculously, and to exactly what you were speaking, that sense of oneness and that willingness to have that vulnerability with everything. And so we created something that seems to actually embody it.
That's awesome. I'm coming down there to speak, and I have a stem cell doctor down there. They're going to store my stem cells as well. We'll have to get you guys all connected.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds awesome.
I couldn't be more excited for today's episode, Dr. Dain. We're just going to dive right in. For our audience and community that might not have been familiar, do a deep dive, play catch up. You talk about so many cool things. I want to be strategic with the time and so forth. One of the many cool things that we talk about, and it's a good time of the year, is to call in more abundance to your life and identify and remove what might be limiting us. What is something tangible that for the listeners listening today might be able to do to apply that?
Well, one of the biggest things you can do is recognize that we're like big psychic radio receivers. When you hang out with happy people, you get happier. When you hang out with successful people, you seem to get more successful. Well, this applies to everybody. And so there's a real simple tool that you can use, especially during this time of year, because let's face it, it's a wonderful time, but a really stressful time for a lot of people. And if you'll ask, who does this belong to? So every thought, feeling, emotion, every point of view, every judgment, every yuck, stuck, or what the F point of view you have, if it lightens up at all, it's not yours. It's actually because you're like that big psychic radio receiver. And so, like, let's say you go, oh, I'm feeling so sad. And you go, okay, who does that belong to? And if the sadness lightens up at all, what it means is it doesn't actually belong to you. You're just aware of it. And I use this tool with everybody that I work with, but also I got myself over depression using this as one of the main elements of it 23 years ago. So it's a biggie.
Yeah. Dave, same frequency?
Yeah, I was going to say, man, it's exactly your frequency is your neighborhood, and surrounding yourself with the right people and the right ideas and using the mechanisms and modalities in order to, number one, identify that fear, fear of the past, or is it fear of the future? And I love the addition of who does the fear of the past belong to, or who does the fear of the future belong to, helps to elevate that awareness of when we're afraid, the ego evokes itself in that now most emotional way. It's not like a saber-toothed tiger is chasing us around and it's so obvious what we're afraid of. And so I love the additional analysis of, okay, I'm afraid of something in my past or I'm afraid of something in my future, but whose is it? Who is that? Whose fear is that? Helps to identify then how am I reacting with what part of the needs of the ego to be right or offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, or guilty. And then what I love about it is, it allows you just to stop. You don't have to resist it, go over it, under it, through it, around it, accelerate in the wrong trajectory, but remember, and recollect to your source of who I am, not what I want other people to think I am. And I've never thought about the additional analysis of who does that belong to. That's effing genius. And I'm going to start utilizing that methodology incorporated into a shared philosophy of a frequency being our neighborhood and making sure they're surrounded by the right neighbors of people and ideas.
Yeah, this is so good. So many places we could take this. Continuing on that topic, Dr. Dain, how does the universe really work, and how can we access more?
Here's an easy question, Dr.
Yeah,
Dain.
how long do we have today? Let's put it this way, okay? In contrast to what a lot of people believe, we actually live in a benevolent universe. And the way it actually works is our choice creates. And you know that old thing, ask and you shall receive? So many people don't realize it because they look at their lives and they go, well, I wouldn't have asked for this. And the thing is, what we don't realize is we ask for it, but not for the reasons that we think. A lot of times we ask for it so we can be more like our family, you know, be like more like mom and dad. We ask for it because it's more comfortable to us to have this form of struggle, let's say, for example, or it's what we've grown up around, so it's familiar, you know. And if we go back to that who does this belong to thing and look at all the points of view that we bought before we were even 2 years old about the nature of reality itself, because we're picking up on everything that mom and dad are putting down, whether they say it or not, you know. And that's just one of the beginnings. But if we can recognize that we truly have choice, and for me, what I want people to know also, though, is whatever's going on for you, it's changeable because you have choice. And ask and you shall receive actually works, but one of the elements of it is it never shows up the way you think it's going to. And one of the things that we do in Access Consciousness, the work that I do, is we give people tools, because, you know, it's like you can give a man a fish, a woman a fish, give a person a fish, and they will, you know, eat for a night. But if you teach them to fish, they feed themselves for the rest of their lives. And it's quite literally where the universe is benevolent and it wants to give us everything. And to the extent that we're willing to get over our point of view and needing to be right in refusing to receive it, our lives show up miraculously.
Yeah, beautifully said, right, Dave?
Yeah, well, I think the two things I pick up on there is, one, there needs to be a distinction between a zero-sum game that most people live in. Even in a world of for me, you know, we have this distinction. A lot of people are born into the world of to me, being victims, not enough of anything, and they're a why me type of perspective. And then they grow up and they seem to be, and I'm talking from personal experience, a to me, an optimistic, giving to receive, a trade in negotiation of even giving. But in the end, it's still scarce because it's a zero-sum game. Everything's happening for me. But when we understand that the universe is a value-add world, that we're adding value by asking more. And then the only distinguishment that I like to make today, which is an epiphany I realized over the last couple of years, that hopes and hopefully helpful in clarifying this idea of outcomes. And what Dr. Dain is discussing is so important. And as a doctor, he knows this better than I. Human beings are not capable of understanding or knowing outcomes. So stop identifying or giving meaning to your life by the outcomes that exist today. I guarantee you, I'm the oldest one on this little Instagram today, that
How old are you, Dave?
70. How old are you? I'm 55.
55. All right, you just beat me. I'm 53.
All right, well, you look 43. So anyway,
thanks, can I come back next week? I love this. This is awesome.
but there's such a challenge, because if I look back, 15 years ago to my bankruptcy, losing over $100 million, having to tell my mom, not only I went bankrupt, but I lost her house because I didn't put my name off her title. And the only reason I wanted to be rich was to buy my mom a house. But that outcome at the time, I could have never understand or known how powerful of an outcome that was to promote, protect, and love me. And that is a value-add world. So I want to encourage people to really study and understand what Dr. Dain's talking about in the context of, one, value-add, which allows you to ask for more because you believe whatever I do, it adds value. And then two, I am just not capable of understanding and knowing outcomes. Therefore, I have to have faith of the value-add world that there's more than enough of everything. I'm protected, promoted, and loved by all the outcomes. I'm not punished. It's my job to find the light, the love, and the lessons in the outcome, not to put conditions and judgments and punishment and victimization on it. And I think that there is that reconciliation that's missing, and why so many people are aligned and inspired and empowered by you, Dr. Dain. And I appreciate that perspective so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. We have another guest. Dr. Dain, if you have 5 minutes, I'd love for you to stick around. I'd love to bring great people together. If you have to hop off, I understand, but I think you're going to love this guy.
I got 5 more minutes, and then I got to go to the airport. So perfect.
Let's do it.
All right. Happy holidays at the airport.
Yeah.
We're going to bring on Dariush right now.
Oh, it's all D's today? That's all you invite? The D's?
All D's, baby. All D's. There he is. What's up, Dariush?
Guys,
How are you?
absolutely loving what you guys are doing. Amazing.
Thank
You know, I would have just joined to listen and learn from you. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Dave, isn't that what it's all
I
about?
honor you.
That's what it's about, man. It's a new neighborhood. We got 4 neighbors. It's good.
Yeah. Dariush, where are you dialing in from? Where are you?
I'm in Maldives.
Woo!
Nice.
Us. Costa Rica,
I normally-
Maldives, California, New York. 4 of the best
Crazy.
vacation spots in the world.
Yeah.
Crazy. Honored to be here.
Yeah, heck yeah. And we're going to dive right in. And again, we always encourage our communities to check out all the awesome stuff you have going on. One of the things I saw you talk about recently, and I just thought it was awesome and so spot on, and I'd love for you to unpack it, is that life is not necessarily supposed to be easy. How do we live a wow life? And what does that mean to live a wow life?
A wildlife, in my humble opinion. By the way, I'm nowhere as smart, as intelligent as your guests. I've got 0 education. I've got a master's degree in life. Totally stupid.
Wait, me too.
I'm a slow learner. Everything I've learned has taken me 10 years more than anybody else. I've failed more than anybody else, but I've got thick skin. And I used to have a head of hair, so that's gone completely. I've worked with my son. My son's 29 years old, genius, and he gets frustrated at work. And often he complains, is like, why are we having so many problems? Why are there so many obstacles in our way? And I said, why don't you just wake up every morning, hope for problems? Because if people are coming to you with problems and you resolving them, you're going to earn more money, you're going to achieve more, and you're going to grow more than anybody else. So if you actually think about life being tough, and you just become tougher, you become a gladiator, and my movement's called modern day gladiators, then you can only have a great day. Don't wake up in the morning wishing for an easy day. You're always going to get disappointed. So, you know, tough doesn't necessarily mean miserable, you know, but you just have to build your defense. You have to build your offense. You have to believe in miracles. I was listening to you guys. It was like, how can I take what you guys are talking about and how it's affected me? By the way, I'm 57. I beat a lot of you. When you started talking about age, I was like, oh no, 53, 55, 57. And, you know, I believe in miracles, exactly what you guys said. If you believe in miracles and you keep asking, the answer will eventually come. Unfortunately, most people want an answer immediately. And I give you a quick, how long do I have? Do I have a few seconds to share a quick story with you?
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Muhammad Ali. And just like yourself, 2009, I lost $100 million. Incredible story. I had a heart attack. I lost my kids. My kids went to Dubai. I lived in England. And I went to Dubai with $700 in my pocket and worked damn hard for 3 years, every single day. My diet was 2 coffees and a sugar donut for 6 months, you know, and excuse me. But I knew I would never get rich selling my time. But Muhammad Ali was my hero. And I researched the internet, and Muhammad Ali has a center in Louisville, Kentucky. And I thought, you know what a great idea to bring that Muhammad Ali Center to Dubai. But all the time, I was selling my time as a consultant. I didn't know who Muhammad Ali was. I had no contacts with the Dubai government, but I kept asking the same question over a three-year period, which was, how can I have a business that doesn't, you know, I earn money without having to sell my time? And how can I get to meet Muhammad Ali, my hero? So I kept meeting different sheikhs in Dubai, and I kept pitching them about this idea to bring the Muhammad Ali Center into Dubai. Everybody laughed at me. They said it was a rubbish idea. So one day, one of my friends said, have you heard of this thing called Facebook? I said, yeah, I have a Facebook page. So why don't you put something on Facebook about your dream? So I wrote a heartfelt letter and I said, if 50 of you support me in the morning, I will continue chasing my dream. If you don't, I'll put it to bed. Went to bed, woke up in the morning, had 1,000 followers. Within 2 weeks, I had 45,000 followers. And guess what happened? Phone rings, Mrs. Muhammad Ali on the phone. Muhammad's heard about your campaign, wants to invite you to meet him. So within 2 weeks, I got to meet him. I had a 65,000 supported page, Facebook page. And while I was just about to meet Muhammad Ali, I posted something and 7,000 people replied. And at that moment, I wrote a business plan to open up a social media company. And from then on, we became SEO, and we had over 300 clients in the first year. And since then, I've never sold my time. I got to meet my hero and truly believe in miracles, and haven't looked back ever since. You know, what can I say? The universe is incredible.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say I love it. Dr. Dain, I know you have to hop off.
Yeah.
You agree with that too?
Absolutely. Never quit, never give up, never give in. Believe in miracles. And guys, this has been such an honor. Thank you, all of you, so much.
Happy holidays, Doc.
Yeah,
Thank
Dr.
you
Dain,
also.
take care.
Thank
Dariush, what an awesome story, right, David? The miracles, and
Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, there's a mathematical. First of all, I have to say, grass doesn't grow on the busy street, so that's where the hair went. So, in two, there's academic intelligence, and there's multiple other types of intelligence as well. So, not all of us need to be or have to invest in the academic side of intelligence. So, I appreciate the self-deprecating humor, but your intelligence expands and exceeds most people, and appreciate the perspective that you've
Thank you, sir.
given your business. I think it best illustrates what I've learned in applied mathematics as the mathematical equation to luck. And what it is what we pay attention to, meeting Muhammad Ali, having a business that you're working on, not in, understanding abundance and value add, whatever it is we pay attention to. But what really resonated with me is something I did, and maybe it comes from that idea that pain, as you teach your son and other people, pain, setback, failures, mistakes, void, shortages, and obstacles, historical relevances, and defining moments are simply indicators, not punishment, but indicators we have a better place to be, a better position or situation to be in. And in your case and mine, it certainly has taught us that valuable lesson of indication. But what we pay attention to, plus what we give intention to, and this is what stuck out for me in the story, was for 3 years, I gave intention. I did everything. I said everything. I thought everything. I felt everything. I believed everything in a trajectory of this idea that I was going to meet my hero, Muhammad Ali, and work on a business, not in a business, that had multitudes of abundance and an infinite amount of more than enough of everything for everyone, and empower more people to do the same. And when you pay attention and give intention to what you want in that trajectory, it equals the coincidences, the coinciding, the miracles, the luck, the karma of our life. So I think the greatest illustration and lesson, besides grass doesn't grow on a busy street, is what you pay attention to and what you give intention to is and equals the luck, karma, and coincidences in our lives. And I appreciate you being a beacon to so many other people to live that life, because it absolutely, I've seen it work with thousands of billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, and entertainers. It's a common denominator. It's a common denominator. We have to learn, whether you believe life is easy or dis-easy, the dis-ease is indicating you have ease in your future, a better place in a better position. And man, more people need to follow you, listen to you, learn from you. And I don't care what school you went to, Hard Knocks, the school of the street, you have learned the lessons of life that can help everyone. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you. I honor you. Thank you very much.
that story was really special, really moved me. Dave, you have time for one more nugget so I can land the plane?
Yeah, of course, land the plane.
Yeah. Dariush, first of all, I love the story. I love the whole gladiator thing. That really resonates with me too. I guess I want to this is always a hot topic. A lot of times you talk about money and how money is energy. And a lot of people hear that, but I don't necessarily think that they understand it. Based on the fact that money is energy, How can we begin to attract more of it with that philosophy?
Would you like me to answer that?
Yes, please.
Oh, great. Fantastic question. The other day, I was on a panel, like a Shark's Tank, and what was crazy was that these people had paid to pitch us to invest in them, and they couldn't get excited about their own business. So when they were pitching their business, they couldn't get excited about it. They couldn't even dress right. So what that told me was like they either have terrible habits, money habits, or they truly don't take money seriously and they can't even get excited about their own project. Now, what I've realized that life is habitual. Okay, like for instance, now I live off my passive income, and for over a year I got into a comfort zone because all my life I've had to work my ass off for money, and suddenly money is coming in without me having to work for it. I've got lazy, I've got complacent, I've got comfortable, and it's a really horrible place to be. Like you said, the universe is growing, and if you're not growing as a human being and you're not fixing big problems, you're just going to shrink, and eventually you'll die. When you're shrinking, you die. So I think most people set limits. Most people don't have good money habits. They don't get excited about all the things that money can bring, like choices. And the more choices you have, the more freedom you have. And then you start dancing with life. You know, life can be hard, but you can dance with that energy. So what I find is that people put limits on their own ability to become wealthy. And we were saying earlier, I feel that most people think money is limited. And if he's got it, he's got my money. Okay, they don't realize that all of us can be rich and have abundance in everything in life. It's not limited. Just because that guy's got a Lamborghini doesn't mean he's an asshole. He's robbed people. You know, we have to celebrate his wealth. Pick up the stuff, the values that he's got in it. Not all of it. Pick up his values. Pick up somebody else's values. Find out your own values, and then your actions should be in synergy with your values, and then you can achieve incredible things. And people look at us and say, "Oh, it's easy. You're rich and you're millionaires and everything." But you know what? When you've fallen down, when you've had 2 heart attacks, you lost $100 million. You wake up in the morning. You live in gratitude. And never forget how hard it is to have nothing. Like you said, you know, you lost your mom's house. I guess that thought never escapes you, right? So I never want to go back to that place again. And abundance is for all. From my heart, bottom of my heart, abundance is for all.
Yeah, it's an infinite system. That means more than enough of everything for everyone. And I think it's so important to understand, you know, looking at theoretical physics of the physics of energy. And there's no doubt money's energy. In fact, I know you could drop all the money in the world in Alula, which is in the middle of the desert in Saudi Arabia. It will redistribute itself to the exact same people. That's because the characteristics of energy is, one, it attracts more of itself. Two, it exponentially grows and expands just like the universe, but it also accelerates like the universe as well. So the three characteristics of energy you want to apply or to have money in its application, which is I want to attract more money, I want to exponentially grow my money, and I want it to happen faster. I want it to accelerate as well. And those are truly, in physics, the characteristics of energy, and money is no doubt in energy. And remember one thing about energy is because behaviors are energy, money is energy, relationships, everything is energy, we give meaning to our energy. We are the ones who control the meaning of the pain, setbacks, failures, mistakes, the money, the relationships, the behaviors we have. And that is the only limitation that we put on our past, is the meaning we give the energy of the past. But even more importantly, I think I need to reiterate that the only limitation of the future is the self-image, or the image that we give the energy in our life. And so if we can control the meaning of our past and provide an infinite image of ourselves, of more than enough, or an infinite image of the money that we have, money is terrific. It doesn't buy love or happiness, trust me, and trust both of us. Actually, we've lost it. We knew it did buy us happiness, but money allows you to shop. And if you learn to shop for the right things, for the right reasons, with the right meaning, and no limitation. I promise you one thing, money will buy you happiness, love, whatever it is, because it gives you the options, the opportunities, and the touches of favor to live an abundant, infinite, unified life where you're empowering others to make more money, help more people, and have more fun. I can't tell you a better question to end on and land the plane. Let's all hook up together. Thank you so much for having me, Craigie Siegel.
Yeah, love you, David and Dariush. It was a pleasure. Look forward to doing much, much more.
Thank you. Let's do it.
Real quickly, is there something that you work on that our community can get involved with to support you with?
You speaking to me again? I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's always to you. He ignores me.
Is there anything that you're working on or excited about right now that we can tell everybody to get involved in?
You know what? Honestly, here's the thing. I noticed in the text there's some haters there, and I love it because I used to react. I used to react to haters, and you know what's a shame? For the last I have 2.5 million followers. Okay, and I've never once sold anything. Not once sold anything. There are haters out there saying, "Watch out, this guy's a scammer." Okay. Now, what I'm thinking is, who's going to be successful in life? Okay, the person who contributes. I spend about $50,000 a month just managing my social media, responding to people, helping people, not selling one thing. Okay, and I get loads of people listening here. As you can see the text saying positive stuff. 10 years down the line, change will happen, time will pass. Who's going to be successful in their lives? The haters or the lovers of what we're saying? You know, we're going to go off in 2 seconds, okay? But they got to look in the mirror and be honest with themselves. And it's a shame that people can have it all and they just choose not to. And it breaks my heart. I love all human beings. And it breaks my heart that some people, most people, will not achieve their potential because they choose not to. And you know what? Money magnifies. And I truly, truly believe love is everything. And I love you all. And I wish happiness and abundance to you all. I really do. I'm releasing my book next month. But what we'll do, we'll connect again. And we'll do it on my platform. And we go huge to the Middle East. And I want to invite you both to Dubai as well.
I love it. I get out there as well. I'll call you when I'm out there and working with the MENA Speakers Bureau and others with Sigma and all the groups that we get out there. So I'd love to hook up in person. And I just want to reiterate, right? Hurt people hurt people. It's a very simple equation. And so anyone out there that feels as if they have not received the quantitative value from Craig or anyone else, hey, I'm a master of math. Give me a call and let me heal that for you. Let me show you where maybe you're missing some value, because you should not waste your time in resistance, void, shortages, and obstacles, in hurt. We want to waste our time. Let's put it into productivity. Let's put it into accessibility. And I know you share this with me, everyone. Gratitude. Instead of hating and hurting, let's find light. Let's find love. Call Craig up and say, hey, I didn't receive this value. Would it help you if I did this for you? Would it help you if? Or could you help me? Obviously, there was some miscommunication. I didn't deliver what I presumed or perceived to be promised. This is human beings. We are not perfect. But let's, like I said to start it, I love this thing today. It's up on my threads. What you're capable of forgiving becomes one with you. What you're capable of forgiving becomes one with you. And so let's not hurt each other. Let's completely promote and elevate each other to elevate ourselves. And I appreciate taking the extra time to enlighten everyone on hurt. Please, let's get together. I got a pretty big platform as well, as you probably know. So I want to get you on my shows and promote the heck out of your book. The world needs more of your intelligence, your inspiration, and your intuition. Thank you.
Love
Honor
you.
you.
Thank you guys
you
for
all.
your resonance today. I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Love you
God
guys.
bless you. Take care. Love you all.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good night.
Namaste.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys. What an awesome conversation. I was super excited
All
about today
D's.
specifically.
The D's.
I was super excited about today's conversation specifically, guys, as you can see why. I love you so much. In regards to the haters, I don't even want to talk. I don't even give them any attention. But I love you guys. Let's keep growing. Let's keep tapping into more of our own capacity and our own potential and so forth. Let's have an unbelievable weekend. And when you start to think about what's possible in 2024, I challenge you to challenge your limitations and just consider the fact that they're possible and think really big. and I love you guys. If you'd like free inspirational text, you can text the number at the bottom of the screen. Join our texting community, 917-634-3796. Let's have a great weekend, guys. Bye.